reversed it.
He's not going to get caught with that one.
Has impressed me from the first day he showed up on Raw and won the tag team title.
That's quite an accomplishment to be sure. And I don't think that there's any question that his early success went straight to his head. I'm not his biggest fan, King, but I've got to give Lance Cade his due. He's a big, tough kid, a tough competitor, and someone you can't afford to take lightly.
Well, I'm glad you can overlook your personal biases and recognize that, JR. Always been a big fan of his, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him pick up the win here tonight.
Boy, when you look at these superstars, it really drives home the fact that Raw is the dominant brand of sports entertainment.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, JR. There's not a superstar on the SmackDown roster who could hold a candle to Raw's finest.
I wouldn't go that far, King. There are quite a few SmackDown superstars who I'd love to have on Raw.
Oh, come on, JR. Why would you want to lower the tone of the Raw locker room by bringing in some losers from SmackDown?
King, next time you call The Undertaker, Kurt Angle, and Chris Benoit losers, make sure you give me some warning so I can get the hell out of here before you do it. I don't want to be any part. No! How can a referee allow something like that?
Come on, JR. You know that the referee's health plan doesn't include vision. I think these superstars are getting some feedback from the crowd, JR.
Nothing wrong with that, King. That's what we like to hear.
I've got to say, JR, I'm really impressed by what we've seen here tonight.
How could you not be, King? These are some of the finest. The referee is down, and now there's no one to maintain order in this match.
Where do they find these referees, JR? They seem to be awfully fragile.
The referee is out. They're taking every advantage in this steel cage match. Boy, howdy, this Trevor Murdoch certainly isn't going to win any beauty contest. But that's not why he's here tonight.
And it's a good thing, too. He looks like he fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down.
You know, King, I hear he went to a haunted house and came out with an application.
Listen to the crowd, JR. I think they've got something to say to these superstars.
And if they're smart, they'll listen. Remember, without these fans, these superstars are out of a job.
I think I know who's going to win this one, JR.
Oh, really? Enlighten us, King.
Wait a second. Why are you so eager to hear my prediction?
Because I want to know who's going to win. And 9 times out of 10, it's not the superstar you pick.
These superstars sure aren't going easy on each other here tonight.
What do you expect, King? This isn't ballet, you know.
Oh, really, JR? Gosh, tell me more about your in-ring experience.
Well, I've got a pinfall victory over Triple H to my credit. How about you?
Hey, you're stepping on my territory, JR. Just stick to the play-by-play. Man, talk about ugly. It's tough to escape the cage if you keep getting smashed against it. After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try this stuff themselves.
That's for damn sure, King. The WWE superstars are trained professionals.
And even they don't walk away from every match in the best shape.
They sure don't. We've seen more than one superstar taken out of here on a stretcher.
Oh boy, these fans have got something on their minds, JR.
Well, they paid for their tickets, King, and they've got a right to say whatever they want.
You know, JR, when I saw this match on paper, I wasn't too sure about it. But it's turned out a lot better than I thought it would.
I'm not at all surprised, King. I knew this was going to be a terrific matchup.
Oh, come on, JR. You're just talking through your hat. And speaking of hats, when are you going to get rid of that silly thing anymore?
Right about the time you stop wearing that crown, I would say.
Wow! Would you look at this, JR? He's choking the heck out of his opponent with that ring rope.
Well, folks, I know this isn't ballet, but this just isn't right. This could result in a serious, permanent injury. Oh, no! The referee's been knocked out! This can't be good!
Are you kidding? Now anything goes! It doesn't get any better than that, JR. He's got to be carrying around a lot of frustration, JR. With a face like that, he couldn't get a date on the calendar.
I think twice.
Oh, no! I don't like the looks of this.
He's got the fans behind him, King, and his opponent had better watch out. He's all fired up now, King, and I'd hate to be on the receiving end.
I don't think his opponent's got a hope of hurting him now.
This capacity crowd is solidly behind their superstar. Look at this.
Wow, could you be any more biased, JR? How about some fair and balanced commentary?
What a reversal. I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars really are.
You got to have some excellent conditioning to be able to do what they do.
Well, that's it. Uh-oh. Come on. You got to stop this guy before he really gets going.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. He's built up too much momentum to be stopped now. Oh boy, the adrenaline is pumping. I think this could be the beginning of the end.
No, it can't end like this. Come on, do something quick. What does he think he's doing? He's just showing off for the crowd now.
He's wrestling the match his way. And I think it's going to pay off, mark my words.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's going to go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusions.
Well, judging from the shape I'm in, I don't appear to be doing too much of either, King. You're looking pretty fit, though, I must say.
To his childhood, JR. I hear that when he was a baby, they had to put tinted windows on his incubator.
I'll tell you what, King. It's been a long time since I've seen a super... And here we go! The long climb to victory has begun. I think this crowd has decided to exercise...
That's the top of the cage! This one's almost over!